warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
My name is Muhab Ismail. I am from Goud. Today I'm going to present a presentation. Today I'm going to presentation a presentation that talks about IT solutions. Here is the table of contents. We have the investigation, diagnosis in IT, the future in IT, solutions, and command. First, we're going to talk about investigations. Investigations in IT refers to the process of collecting information to identify a problem. It includes asking questions, checking system behavior, and reviewing user reports. These steps help technicians to understand the issue before fixing. And here we have the common problems that investigated include connection error, system crashes, computer hacking. And here we have a video.
Digital forensic investigations can be time-consuming, and when conducting an investigation, time is of the essence. Closing cases quickly is best for everyone involved. However, investigations are often held up due to the number of devices from which evidence is collected, the amount of data that must be processed, and the volume of technical resources that are required to analyze the findings. This lengthy, drawn-out process drains resources, time, and money. With OpenText EnCase Forensic and EnCase Endpoint Investigator, you can conduct fast, efficient investigations without sacrificing thoroughness and digital forensic integrity. Whether it's for law enforcement, government agencies, or corporate investigations, EnCase Forensic and EnCase Endpoint Investigator offer forensically sound, deep dive investigation capabilities that collect, analyze, process, and report on mountains of evidence with superior processing speeds. In fact, a European law enforcement agency recently tested EnCase Forensic against its leading competitor. EnCase rose to the challenge, processing more than 500,000 emails 75% faster. This same agency stood EnCase up against the competition a second time. EnCase once again came out on top, processing 91,000 objects and 41,000 emails 67% faster. And in a different case, EnCase Endpoint Investigator demonstrated the ability to process more than 1.2 million items in less than 52 minutes, 44% faster than another leading digital forensic investigation software tool. So stop waiting, experience the power of EnCase, and accelerate the pace of your investigations without compromising evidence.
And now we have the grammar. Present perfect and past. Present perfect and past simple. Both tenses talks about the past. Past simple is for the finished action at the specific time. Present perfect connects the past to the present. Present perfect formula, affirmative. Formula 1, affirmative. Subject plus has, have plus participle verb. Formula 2, subject plus have, has, not plus past participle verb. Formula 3, questions. Have, has, plus subject plus past participle verb. Examples. I have fixed the error. Example 1. I have fixed the error. Example 2. She has not finished the project. Example 3. Have they learned new skills? Example 4. We have worked in IT for 5 years. Now the past simple formula. Formula 1, affirmative. Subject plus verb in second form. Negative formula, subject plus did not plus base verb. Question. Formula 2, formula 3, question, did plus subject plus base verb. Example. Example 1. I have fixed the error yesterday. Example 2. She did not finish the project last week. Example 3. Did they learn new skills at school? Example 4. We worked in IT last week. And now we have the dialogue. Investigating the problem. I'm going to discuss the issue. Hi Muna, what happened to the computer? Muna, it crashed after I opened many problems. Oh, I see. Had you checked the connection before it stopped? Muna, yes, I had checked it, but then the system froze. So the program started after the system had used too much memory. Exactly. Then I started the computer and it worked again. And it could, at least we found the problem. And now we have the diagnosis. Diagnosis in IT means identifying and analyzing computer or system problems. It helps to find the main cause of technical issues before choosing the correct solution. Now we have an example of a diagnosis table in IT. This table shows the IT support level T0, T3, and explains who handles each type of a problem, what tools they use, and when issues they escalated to a higher level. Now we have a diagnosis video.
The first of our 7-step M&E plan is identifying the problem and the need for a project. Before we begin to conceptualize a project, it is essential to understand the underlying problem in the community of interest and explore what's causing it. What interventions could solve it, and how long the intervention would need to last for it to be effective. The project will thus be designed accordingly. There are many strategic ways to identify the focal problem and its causes, but one common way organizations define these are through a problem tree analysis. This is a group activity that involves input from project team members, stakeholders, and beneficiaries who can contribute relevant technical and local knowledge. The first activity involves defining the main problem that all team members mutually agree upon and visualize it on a flip chart or a whiteboard as the trunk of a tree. Next, through many rounds of dialogues and discussions, the team identifies the causes of the problem and visualizes them as the roots of the tree. Finally, the team brainstorms on the potential consequences of the problem and exhibits them as the branches of the tree. Team members can also add additional branches for solutions, concerns, and decisions. This is an effective practice as it maps out a realistic picture of a problem from economic, political, and socio-cultural dimensions, while building a shared sense of purpose, action, and understanding amongst the involved parties.
Now we have the models of speculation and deduction. Models of speculation and deduction are used along with the main choices to express possibility, ability, and permission or necessity. Model verbs are can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should, must, the formula. Subject plus model verbs plus base verb. Examples. Example 1, she might arrive early. Example 2, they must finish the project today. Example 3, you should study for the exam. Example 4, he can solve the problem easily. And now we have the second dialogue. Giving advice. Sarah and Ahmed talk about the problem. Sarah, the internet connection is very weak today. Ahmed, we should restart the Sarah, it might work, but I think we should also check the cable. Ahmed, you're right. We shouldn't ignore that. Sarah, it doesn't work. We can call IT support. Yes, this is the best solution. And now we have the sentence sample. This table shows the IT support level. Each level handles different types of problems. Difficult problems are sent to higher levels. And now we have the solutions. Solutions are technology tools and systems that help solve computer problems. They help people and companies work more easily and faster. They are used to improve work and fix technical issues. The examples of IT solution: replacement motherboard, fix memory, replace memory. And now we have an IT solution here.
You may already know that there are many important parts inside a computer. But what exactly do they do? Let's take a look inside and learn about the various components that make a computer work. Whether it's a desktop computer or a laptop, every computer has a large circuit board called a motherboard. This contains some of the most important parts of the computer, such as the CPU, also known as the Central Processing Unit or processor. The CPU can be considered the brain of the computer because it processes information and carries out commands. Since it tends to get hot, it's covered by a piece of metal called a heatsink, which draws heat away from the processor. The motherboard also contains the computer's RAM, or random access memory. This is the short-term memory that the computer uses whenever it's performing calculations. However, you cannot store your files there. because the RAM is cleared when you shut off the computer. The hard drive provides long-term storage, keeping all of the computer's data even when it's turned off. Many hard drives use a magnetic platter to store data, but many newer computers have solid-state drives, which are faster and more durable, but also more expensive. On many desktop computers, the motherboard has expansion slots that allow you to upgrade by adding expansion cards. You can add a video card to get better graphics performance, or you can add a wireless card to connect to your wireless home network. Most laptops, however, don't have expansion slots. Of course, the computer's components need electricity to run. The power supply unit is designed to take power from the wall outlet and send it to all of the different components that need power. Laptops also contain a built-in battery that lets you use them anywhere. A computer is a pretty complex machine, but now that you've seen what goes on inside, it should be a little less mysterious.
GCF Global, creating opportunities for a better life.
Now we have the grammar. Proposing possible solutions for should formula. Formula 1 affirmative. Subject plus should plus base for negative formula. Subject plus should not shouldn't plus base for question form. Should plus subject plus base for examples. Example 1. You should save your work. Example 2. You shouldn't click the unknown link. Example 3. Should I restart the computer? Number 2. Mine. Formula, affirmative formula, subject plus might plus base verb, negative formula, subject plus might not plus base verb, question formula, but might plus subject plus base verb. Now examples. Example 1, the system might have a bug. Example 2, the server might not work today. Example 3, this problem might this problem be from the network. And now we have try. Try, affirmative formula, subject plus try plus 2 plus verb, negative formula, subject plus 2 does did not plus try plus 2 plus verb, question formula. Do does did plus subject plus try plus 2 plus verb. Examples. I tried to fix the error. He did not try to restart the computer. Did you try to update the program? And now we have the proposing solutions. I need to find a fix. The system is very slow today, so we should restart the server. It might fix the problem. So we could also check the network. Yes, we shouldn't ignore the error messages. So a good idea. Let's try that first. And now we have given solutions. We have the problems and the solutions. The problem, the computer is slow. You should restart the solution. You should restart the computer. The internet is not working. You can check the internet connection. The screen freezes sometimes. Try to close the unnecessary program. The printer does not respond. It's better to update the software. You should scan the computer for viruses. And now we have Common IT solutions. Restarting the computer, updating the software and drives, checking the internet connection, removing viruses and malware, fixing the hardware problems, adjusting the system's settings. Now we have our last topic, your future in IT. Your future in IT is the job and opportunities you can have in the technology field. It has many careers like programmer, network engineer, and cybersecurity specialist. Having IT skills help you to get a good and build a strong future. And now we have an example of ITCV. And now we have a video.
Are you one of the billions of people who carry around a tiny computer every day? You are if you own a smartphone. But even without a phone, there's a good chance you use a laptop, iPad, or desktop computer at school sometimes. Plus, think about everything you do online. You message friends, post photos, or maybe share funny memes. All this means that even if you've never studied computer science in school, you can still see its impact on the world. And studying this subject comes with many benefits. Computer science covers a wide range of topics. For instance, you might learn how to use digital tools and computer applications. You may experiment with code and all that goes into learning a programming language, like how to troubleshoot problems when bugs crop up. You may focus on internet safety and security, like how to prevent identity theft or cyberbullying. But it's not all screens and software. Do you like to take things apart to see how they work? Do you get excited by the idea of constructing an innovative 3D design, or even your own computer? You're in luck. There's a good chance you'll get to tinker with electronics and even build robots in computer science classes. And if the idea of going deeper into computer science excites you, you don't have to wait. You can start building your skill set now through robotics clubs in your school or community, or even hackathons or code fests. Plus, your options only grow once you're done with high school. You might study computer or information science in college, or a related field like software engineering. And if you're considering other pathways, there are plenty of ways to enter the field. For example, you could do an IT-related internship with a gaming company to gain skills and experience to program video games or build websites. You could learn physical computing to develop new ways to improve the flow of traffic or automate exercise equipment to better motivate athletes. You could become an expert in artificial intelligence. But with the way the field of computer science is constantly changing and expanding, there will probably be loads of new jobs in the future that we can't even imagine. The hard skills you gain in computer science will always be in demand as long as there's the internet. But you'll also learn how to think logically and solve problems, which will be valuable skills no matter where you go in life. So, whether you're taking steps towards your future career or really curious about the inner workings of machines, computer science is an excellent choice.
Now we have our last grammar topic, verbs to talk about career plans. Religion. We use these verbs to talk about future career plans. Verbs. I plan to, eat to, hope to, accept to, formula. Subject plus plan, hope, intend, accept plus to plus patient. Examples. Example 1. I plan to study information technology. I intend to work as a software developer. Example 3. I hope to get a good job in IT. Example 4. I expect to gain more technical skills. Now we have our last area, planning the future. Sarah will talk about their career. Sarah, hi, what do you want to do in the future? I plan to study computer science and become a programmer. Sarah, that's great. I want to learn design and work in IT too. Sarah, are you going to work in a company or start your own business? Sarah, I hope to work in a big company first and then start my own project. Good plan. I will try to improve my skills and get a good job. Sarah, yes, we should work hard to achieve our goal. And now that's it. Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions?
Why is the IT is important for the future?
Okay, next.
What job can we get in IT?
Okay.
IT. I will answer. IT is important for the future because it helps to get technical skills.
Yeah.
I will answer Muhab's question. It stands for information technology. It is use of computers and technology to store, process, and share information. Do you agree with my answer? Now I will answer.
Andy.
Now I'll answer Andy's question. It is important because technology is developing fast and it creates many job opportunities.
Do you agree with my answer?
Do you agree with my answer?
Yes.
Okay, closing. Closing.
Thank you all. Thank you all for your time and listening. Thank you. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.